This video is coming to you at the request of one of my subscribers. I got in contact with a contact over in the Middle East at great peril to his life, I believe. He says he doesn't care. Not that he doesn't care, but he's not afraid of what's going on over there. So, although he said that he saw his friend murdered not 6 feet from him. So I don't know if he was just trying to be brave for my sake or not, but my contact's name is, I shouldn't say that. Okay. At great peril, I got this information for my subscribers. And here it is. An update on Syria. The Syrians are fleeing Syria. I've told you that they're not Syrians who are supposedly the rebels. And it's not the President Assad who's doing any chemical stuff. I also told you that there was a company, a truck company, that was asked to supply trucks and to refit the trucks with chemical or gas items on it. And when the stuff in Syria started happening, this trucking company came forward and said, "Hey, that's not Assad. I know exactly who it is. I have not heard from that trucking company since then. But lo and behold, you have the supposed chemical warfare, chemical weapons that are being used there. And President Assad, of course, denies it. And I believe Assad because I reported that to you before it happened. I'm not psychic. I'm just really good with my contacts. Now, the crux of the interview that I had with my contact was about Egypt. Now, the Western media is saying how the Muslim Brotherhood is terrible and they're terrorists and they're radicals and so forth and so on. According to my contact, the Muslim Brotherhood are not radicals. Now, there may be some factions that the CIA put into the Muslim Brotherhood, because I have documented proof of that, and I have documented proof of certain individuals being trained by the CIA, being brought to Washington and New York to be trained directly by the CIA in Virginia, directly by the CIA, and sent back to then overthrow the government, as far as I know. However, my contact said in the past 2 years there have been 6 elections, and every time the Muslim Brotherhood won, because the Muslim Brotherhood represents the people. Well, we have, and he said it's 50% of the population supports the Muslim Brotherhood. Well, the other 50% supports the military, and the military is being headed by General Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. So General Sisi overthrew the legitimate government, the duly elected government. Now, everybody wants to say, oh, that's great that they overthrew the evil, the Western media is saying that, oh, it's great that General Sisi overthrew the Muslim Brotherhood, because we're now painting the Muslim Brotherhood as I want you to just for a second stop and understand that everything is shades of gray. There's no sound bites. I don't have sound bites. There's nothing that you can take from me that's like a 3-second soundbite. I'm going to give you the entire story. I want you to be smarter than the average bear. There's your sign bite. There's your sign bite. It has nothing to do with this video, but there's your sign bite. I want you to understand that there are people in the wings, in the background, behind the curtain that are pulling strings, and they think that they're pulling strings of everybody on stage, when in actuality they are only pulling the string of the person that they have the string attached to. So this is what my contact said. The Muslim Brotherhood isn't one contiguous thing, but it supports the people. It's for the people, and the people voted for the Muslim Brotherhood. The CIA wants to pretend that they are all powerful and that they can control an entire country when they cannot. When they saw that they could not, when they saw that the Muslim Brotherhood who was elected actually adhered to the Egyptian constitution, they went to plan B, which is General Sisi. And the military doesn't like any of this, because the military is its own deal altogether. They're not Muslim, they're not Coptic, they're not Christian, they're not Jewish, they're an amalgamation of everything. And they do not adhere to the Egyptian constitution. He said they slaughtered 3,500 people in the city square. This is the great General Sisi that the Western media is trying to praise. This is where he said his friend was a part of the people who got killed. He saw it right in front of him. He said that those people are not... They don't care about the Egyptian people. They have absolutely no use for the Egyptian people. That's the military. And that's what militaries do when they take over. The military doesn't care about the population. The population is the last thing on their mind. And I guarantee you Obama is behind General Sisi and not behind the Muslim Brotherhood. Of course, the Muslim Brotherhood sounds, for Americans, it sounds really scary. Muslim Brotherhood? Oh, they must be radicals. Right, you've been trained properly if you are afraid of it. So I asked about 20 questions on the name alone. I said, is it really called the Muslim Brotherhood? And they said, yes, it's really called the Muslim Brotherhood. And they adhere to the Constitution. Everybody was elected. Everybody was appointed per the Constitution. The military then, of course, did a coup and, wants to oust the duly elected president and then slaughtered, 3,500 people. This is General Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. This is what the Western media is trying to hail as the savior of Egypt, when in fact he's not, according to my sources. According to my sources, he is a butcher. Okay, I just wanted to update everybody on that. Thank you for asking me to get in contact with somebody over there. I'm trying to get more on Syria directly, but they are fleeing the country. And I told you those rebels are not the Syrian people. I have some person on my channel trying to defend and say, "Oh no, those are Syrians." And the President Assad is a murderer and he's slaughtering his people. He's not doing anything of the sort. His people are begging him to come into their towns to protect them from the supposed rebels who are taking pot shots at the people. Snipers on the roofs, killing people on the street. That's the rebels? That's the rebellion. Who are they rebelling against? The citizens? They're not from there. And when they did the interview, it was some guy from Afghanistan. I mean, how transparent can you get than that? He's not even around there. All right, thank you for watching the Shikama live show. Please leave a comment. Make sure you like the video, press like and thumbs up so that other people can see it. If you're not subscribed to me, make sure you subscribe so I can continue presenting you with more of this stuff. I appreciate all of the compliments you all have given me. And yes, I do speak out. I am not afraid. They're probably tapping my stuff. I mean, they're tapping everybody's stuff, but they're probably paying attention, a little bit more attention. I see some things not working here and there, but I try and ignore it and keep going, and I'm not going to let them stop me. All right. So thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.